Hi Leo, welcome to your love reading for November. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. Queen of Cups reversed. So you might be feeling out of sorts emotionally about a love situation this month. Or you're not willing to get emotional about it at all. You're just feeling like you need to handle things business-like and make clear-cut decisions, that sort of thing. Could be that you're feeling like someone is emotionally needy or insecure with you. We shall see. Six of Swords reversed, Two of Swords reversed, Ten of Wands reversed. I swear they're not all reversed, okay? Nine of Cups reversed, Four of Wands, Queen of Wands reversed, Ten of Pentacles reversed, Seven of Pentacles, and Six of Pentacles reversed. Okay, I'll clarify where it makes sense for me to do so. All right, so for the first third of November, that's what we're working with here. You are feeling probably like you can't move on, don't want to move on, you're not real clear yet. This could speak to being emotionally all over the place about an issue, about this relationship. So it shows at this time, at least in the first part of November, that you're not able to get enough clarity on the situation, on an emotional situation, in this case a romantic love, to move on. You're not happy. And the action to take, or the advice, is to not be connected in a stable, solid relationship or home. To not share assets, do not connect. To no longer have an established, secure, safe home with someone in this relationship. This is the advice and the action to take section. So, you know, this always happens in the throes of a relationship, doesn't it? Like when it's time to end it, you're like, all right, let me just gear up for this emotionally. And it's tough. It's always tough. So the second part of November, so we're looking at the 10th through the 20th-ish, give or take a day or two. We've got the Two of Swords here reversed, which suggests indecision about this marriage, this communal involvement. We've got communal involvement over here, and this is the marriage card, or this is the dissolution or breakup of a marriage or relationship card, steady, stable relationship. And here we've got communal connection, bonding. If you're not married, you're gearing up for married, or it's that type of connection where you feel married. And we're reviewing. So now we've come to the middle part of the month where we're indecisive about this communal connection, this marriage, or committed at least, and we're considering our options. We're looking at, all right, I hate to say it like this, but all right, what am I looking at for the future? What do I want to deal with? How much can I handle for this, that, and the other? So this is about backing away from ending it, because that's what you feel like in the beginning, to slowing down and considering your options, considering what the good, the bad, what it means for your future, that sort of thing. Okay, and we've got a mixed bag here. We got cups, we got swords, we got wands, we got pentacles. So we're, it could be any number of signs or partners is for your partner. And I don't want to say the nice thing about this, but honestly, there's no heavies here, so there's no major arcana. So this is kind of like, and not to trivialize it or reduce it, and it could just be that you're kind of a badass, so it's like, it's no sweat, walk in the park, right? But it could also be that this is just the ins and outs of your relationship. This is just, it's not as dire or major as you think it is. You might have just hit a speed bump. You could be taking a break, but it's not, or considering a break, but it's not a break up, because it's not like there's anything behind the scenes pushing you towards a different trajectory based on karma or fate, things like that, okay? So we're feeling like we can't move on, but we feel like we need to end the relationship here in the beginning. Then we come to the middle of the month, and there's just like a breakdown in talking, a breakdown in deciding. it's like you're at a stalemate and no talking, no decisions to be made. I can't think. I'm overwhelmed. I just need to not think about this right now. And it's, I think part of this too, is it's not that it's having regrets, but this is about being prudent. So it's like, well, wait a minute. What about this? This balances out that. You're looking at things as far as balance. And this shows you still feeling connected to that person, still feeling like the relationship, it's salvageable. It's worth it. It's worth the investment. Okay. And this is your advice, is consider the investment. And the fact that you still feel connected, it shows that you do think it's worth it. So we come to the last part of November, around the 19th-ish or the 20th to the rest of the month. And this shows there's taking a turn here. Taking a turn because we've got, it's simply too much for you to bear. So it's a big load. It's just taking on too much. And yet it's almost like this would be better than the breakup. It feels like, because this is kind of like taking on too much. It could be also be avoiding responsibility. Like it's cheaper to keep her. It's the devil, okay? You're feeling, that's tough. All right, because it's like this is either you being like, what, it's just easier, but you're not happy, so you're gonna end up being demanding and kind of about everything, or it's okay, I'm just gonna let things fall where they may. It's easier to capitulate, and this is me backing down and just being like, whatever. And you're aware that it's one-sided. You're aware that it's not just that someone is not doing the right thing, but it's just easier right now to keep things the way they are. Okay? So this could be that just avoiding what is too hard, the breakup, going through the motions of the breakup, that's just too much to bear right now. So you'd rather just kind of back down and be like, okay, I'm not going to assert myself. I'm not going to suggest anything. I'm just going to back down and bide my time. I'm aware that things aren't what they should be. It's not really fair or reciprocal, but because of maybe some physical, because we got physical issues right here. We got, not physical, material and security, stability, money issues, property issues, financial issues, shared community property issues like houses, furniture, debt, that sort of thing. I'm aware that this isn't a good situation, but I feel kind of stuck right now. I feel like I can't move on either because, for financial issues. Or this is you going, I can't do it anymore, and turning into just coming out swinging, from the top turnbuckle. You're just like, this is how it's going to be. If I'm going to be here for now, I want this, that, and the other. And I might even cheat because it's not working out, but I have to stay. But I might even start to have affairs on the side, or I might start stepping out on the relationship. I know it's not what I want, but I just, no more. I can't take it anymore. This is how it's going to be, or I'm gone, or this is how it's going to be regardless. And if I don't get what I want, then if I don't leave, I'm going to cheat, because this is associated with cheating. Queen of Wands reversed. This right here suggests to, if you follow that vein where it's like, you know what, I'm not happy. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm going to step out on the relationship. And this is about being selfish. So it could be that you're laying down the wands because it's not worth it to fight right now. I kind of feel physically like I can't move on for financial reasons. So I'm just going to put up with it until I can get to a place where I can. Or this is you going, I'm done carrying the responsibility for all the failures in this relationship, and I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to go do what I want to do, and this is about me now, and da, 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 da. And it's going to be one-sided for a while, and you're going to be running the show. Okay, so because it's general, it's, but those are, so it's kind of taken a turn from this whole weighing your options and feeling like you're still connected to all of a sudden, whoa, something's happened to where, somebody's gotten a little ticked off. We've got 2 queens reversed. I think that's irritability. That's been coming up quite a bit, the 2 queens reversed. No, it's work. 2 queens reversed is work. So that would suggest that you're carrying the lion's share of this relationship. Maybe your partner is going to come out swinging, acting like a diva, and they're going to be the one, and you're just like, okay, fine, whatever, and backing down for the time being because it's just easier, because you've got your eye on leaving in the future, and it's just a means to an end at this point. I'll just put up with whatever because I know my time here is limited. I know this person is acting selfishly and not being fair, and the relationship is one-sided, but it's worth it to avoid responsibility for now, or avoid any kind of conflict so that I can leave at a later time. All right, so I would like to know why this to this? What happened? What has happened that instead of feeling connected and in review and not wanting to make a decision, all of a sudden we're like, oh, dang, it's just easier to stay. What's happened? 2 cards, please. What's happened, Leo? You're giving up. You are realizing that, you know what, it's time. The relationship has run its course. This is an ending. 10s are endings. And it's time. And you're feeling, you can't. It's just too much work. You're feeling overwhelmed, and you're going into self-protective mode. So this could be a little bit of you two being kind of self-protective and, I don't want to say diva-ish in that sense, because this is just about feeling overwhelmed and giving up and being self-protective. This is about being greedy. So it might look that way, but I think this is just about you biding your time, giving up. We got avoiding responsibility, giving up, just not wanting to deal with it anymore, biding your time until you can leave. And because in the past it was like, it was a lot of work, but you just didn't know what to do. And then we come to the situation now where you're not happy in the present marriage because somebody, could be you, but somebody is acting, is just being quite demanding, is maybe stepping out on the marriage or cheating, or the relationship, cheating, that sort of thing. And then here we have the future issues with division of community property and finances, okay? So we're looking at basically the only thing keeping you there is finances and material possessions shared between the two of you. All right, let's get you a few oracle cards. Any other advice for Leo? Advice for Leo. What does Leo need to know? What does Leo need to know? Oh, protection. Okay, so this is protection and just the wonder of creation and destiny. And so there's a lot going on behind the scenes for you, Leo, but just know that you do have free will, and as far as feeling trapped, just know that you're making the right decision, because obviously this is a general reading. So, but for those of you that this does resonate with, you are correct in assuming that to bide your time and to leave at a more strategic time if you are thinking of leaving in the end. This is just for the month of November, but whatever decision you make is divinely guided and protected. And to some degree, obviously we all have free will, but this is about this being fated, this relationship being, this is about karma, fate, and destiny, right? And this is doubling down on that. You will be protected, and you are being divinely guided, as was this relationship and or interaction with this person, okay? So don't, I know, walk in the park, right? Don't lose hope. But it's going to get messy for a little bit, just so you know. It's not going to be, the end of November especially, it looks like it's messy. It looks like you have just given up and you're just there. You're there but not in it. Mentally or emotionally, you're not present, and you're just biding your time until you can leave. And I think you're either aware of that you're not happy in your shortcomings by staying, because possibly we might be a little greedy, selfish stepping out, or you're very aware of your partner's shortcomings and they're stepping out and they're just, the relationship being one-sided, but you're just not prepared at this time. It's not advantageous for you to leave yet. Either way, it's coming, and the right time, it'll happen when it happens. You will be protected, and everything is divinely ordered. So don't you worry about that. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. Okay, this deck, and I mentioned this before, it's I've been adding to yourself after it, because it doesn't seem like, with the readings that I've been doing, it's almost like the way they're resonating, it's not about, reconnecting or reunion. It's about across the board, they've all been about protection for the person. So this, actions speak loudly to yourself. Okay. Express your love through your actions. I think in that sense, it's about self-love, because you're going to be going into self-protective mode here. This is about you being self-protective because somebody is very, just very selfish and one-sided in the relationship. And so this is about you doing what you can to take care of yourself and preserve what you can so that you can get out and leave with dignity and not have to stay longer than you need to, and somebody not being a right jerk to you any longer than need be while you have to stay there. No judgment for any of that. Just everybody's situation is unique. It's just do what you can to show, show love to yourself. Do what you can to take care of yourself, because you're not going to get it from this person over here. They're in it for, they're not in a good place right now. If we're talking about your partner, this is not a good energy. Very selfish, very demanding, very aggressive, male or female. So you just need to shut down and preserve you. Okay? That's just for November. And it's not anything catastrophic like the Tower or things like that. It's just, well, it's mundane, everyday stuff rather than transformational shifts. So when you leave, it's going to be the perfect time to do so. It is divinely ordered and protected. All right, Leo, that is what I have for you. I hope it was helpful. I'm sorry it's so dreary. It's only for November. Okay, I wish you the best and take care, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.